Apps have completely revolutionised the way we think, work and study. And over the past year there are some I have come across, as well as some Chrome extensions, that have really helped me as a student with studying, revising and organising. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Raina, I'm a 4th year dental student, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my top 5 apps and top 5 Chrome extensions for students. I will leave links to download all of these in the description box down below. Hopefully at least one of these apps or Chrome extensions will be really useful to you. So the first app that I want to mention has to be Notion. I absolutely love Notion, and if you've watched any of my previous productivity or study videos, you're probably sick of hearing about Notion as well, but it's absolutely worth getting. It's a free app and it's basically an all-in-one workspace that allows you to create to-do lists, calendars, mood boards, organise projects, keep track of tasks, basically anything and everything that you can think of. I really wish I would have discovered this app back in school when I was doing my A-levels, because my organisation would have been top level. So I currently use this to keep track of all of my lecture flashcards and organise everything in my lecture timetables as well. But I would probably say the main thing I use Notion for is my everyday to-do list, which I could not function without. Notion is also really good for creating separate workspaces to organise different aspects of your life. So I have my personal dashboard with all my life bits, my work dashboard which is mainly university related, and my content dashboard, which is my social media space. These are the 3 main areas of my life, and Notion is how I keep track of everything as a pretty busy student. I'm not going to talk too much about Notion because I do have a full video on how I use Notion, which I will leave a link up here and in the description box down below, so do check that out. The next app that I'd recommend for students is Anki. So Anki is a flashcard app and it's fairly new to me, but I've been using it to revise for my exams recently, and hopefully I will make a video all about it soon, so look out for that. It has a very simple design and it's easy to make flashcards, so I have been enjoying using it, and there's lots of different types of flashcards you can create on there as well. My most used type of flashcard on there is the image occlusion type, which I've been using to study for my radiology exam. This basically allows you to take a picture with labels attached to it and cover up each label to make flashcards out of it, and it's really good for studying image-based content. Anki is also free to use on your Mac and your web browser, and also the Android app I believe, but there is a charge for the iOS mobile app. However, I do think it's worth it because flashcards in my opinion are such a great way to revise and learn content, especially those annoying little facts that come up in exams that are based purely on knowledge and you just need to memorise and get on with it. Anki flashcards utilise active recall and spaced repetition, which are both evidence-based, efficient ways of learning and revising. Active recall is essentially retrieving information from your brain, usually to a question, without looking at any external reference, and spaced repetition is doing this testing process at regular intervals to interrupt that forgetting curve and making it more likely that you remember the information. The spaced repetition feature is actually built into Anki, so depending on if you rate the card as again, good or easy, it will automatically decide when to next show you that card. I think having Anki as an app on my phone has been really useful as a student on the go to be able to do some flashcards here and there during the day and make use of that time as well. The third app worth mentioning is Skillshare, and this is a popular online platform and app to learn new things through videos. There are so many topics you can choose from, like video editing, animation, productivity, and even how to look after your houseplants. There genuinely is something for everyone on there. I enjoyed using Skillshare so much after my 2-month free trial that I got the annual premium membership, and it's been absolutely worth it for me. Some of the classes I've done on there are Ali Abdaal's Anki class before I embarked on my Anki journey, Thomas Frank's productivity classes, some Procreate classes, and other YouTube related content as well. So as well as it being educational, it's also really fun and you get to watch videos from amazing creators. A lot of them are on YouTube as well, and it switches up your everyday usual educational content as well. It's also worth noting that you can download classes to watch offline, and this is something that I did often if I was at the gym or on a walk. It was quite nice to be able to watch something and learn at the same time. So students are often going through quite stressful periods of time. There are exams, a lot of content, a lot of studying, and one app in particular called Insight Timer has helped me with my mindfulness and just looking after my mental health as a student as well. This year I actually really want to make more of an effort to consider my mental health and actively make an effort to look out for myself, so this app should really help. So on Insight Timer you can literally choose from thousands of free meditations, exercises and even courses as well. So it sounds a little bit silly, but I actually really like listening to the bedtime stories before I go to sleep. If I've had a particularly stressful day and I just want something to take my mind off it, help me go to sleep, the voices on these stories are so relaxing and nice that they've been really helpful for me. And don't ask me what the stories are actually about because I have absolutely no idea in the morning, but I just know that I feel a lot better and I think I've got a better night's sleep as well. Another reason I think that this app is amazing for students is because there is so much free content on there. I actually can't believe it's all free because there are thousands of things you can choose from, and there's also live content on there as well and classes you can join in with. My next app of choice for students is Google.Drive because it's an absolute powerhouse for productivity and organisation. So you can access it on the web and on the mobile app, and all of your content is automatically synced between the different places. I think it just makes it really easy to have all of your files in one place, and you can also make them available offline if you don't have an internet connection. So if you are a student with a lot of files, PDFs, documents to store, it's a really great storage option, and the basic plan is 15 gigabytes, which I think is plenty of space. I only just recently upgraded to the 200 gigabytes a year plan, and it was only because I needed to store all of my extra B-roll, so I think if you're a student, the 15 gigabytes is absolutely fine. I also love how easy it is to share files with everyone and work collaboratively on one document for things like group presentations and projects. I would also recommend using the other Google products, so Google Docs, Sheets and Slides, because it does offer better synchronicity and everything is automatically in your drive. And I also just want to quickly mention the Google Drive Chrome extension, which automatically lets you save files and images from the web into your Google Drive. This is really useful if you come across a PDF or an article that you quickly want to save. Okay, so next let's move on to my choice of Chrome extensions for students, and staying with the Google theme, an honourable mention goes to the Google Scholar Chrome extension. This is really helpful when you're writing essays, as a lot of students do, and you need to reference a lot of papers. The extension makes it really easy, so when I'm on an article that I want to cite, I just have to click on the extension button and it gives you several different systems of referencing this article. Obviously you can just do this directly from Google Scholar on the web or some sort of other referencing website, but this extension just makes it really easy when you're going through lots of different articles and you just need to quickly reference something. The next extension that I want to talk about is Kami, and this is a PDF editor and annotator. So I like to use this extension to annotate articles and research papers that I'm reading as I'm going along, and adding my own comments as well. There's lots of different features on this, like the drawing tool, the shapes tool, adding a text box anywhere on the page, and also the best part of Kami is that it automatically makes a folder called Kami Uploads in your Google Drive, and it saves all of your annotated PDFs in there. Being able to use a tool like this has made it so much easier to get through scientific papers and actually understand what I'm reading. In particular, the annotations are really useful for essays because you have a trail of your thoughts in front of you and the most important highlighted bits as well. The next extension that I want to talk about is Grammarly. So what it does is basically in the name, it sorts out your grammar. So anytime you're writing anything on Chrome, it kind of pops up and reminds you about spelling, grammar, making things sound better. So I've used Grammarly for quite a while on Microsoft Word, but only recently did I download it as a Chrome extension. And personally, it's really helped me with making emails sound better and sorting out my spelling mistakes, especially when I'm in a rush. It also automatically works inside Google Drive and across Google products, so it's nice to have some peace of mind that there's a virtual assistant there kind of looking out for my spelling and grammar issues. The basic version of Grammarly is free and I found that it's covered all of my needs, but there is a paid version with extra features as well. So Momentum is another great extension if you fancy spicing up a new tab on Chrome. As students, we are often staring at a screen, and for me, most of the time that happens to be a new Google Chrome tab. So Momentum has really helped to change things up a bit because every day it shows you a nice new picture as the background. It also has some really helpful features like letting you write your main goal or focus for the day. I was doing this in Notion for a while while or writing it down, but on Momentum it shows you this highlight every time you open a new tab, which is a great reminder. And you can also add a quick to-do list in the bottom right hand corner and shortcuts to your most used links in the top left corner as well. For time management, I recently discovered another Chrome extension called Clockify. One of my tips from my time management video was actually getting to know how long tasks take you, and this is exactly where Clockify comes in and helps. You basically just start the timer when you begin doing a task, and you stop the timer when you're finished, and over time you can track how long things are taking you, so you can effectively plan your day and manage your time. You'll eventually get a better sense of how long things take you, which is useful for blocking out periods of time, and so you don't underestimate or overestimate that time. For students, this would be particularly helpful for knowing how long certain topics take you to revise, so that you can plan out your study day and know how many topics to cover as well. So I hope you found that video useful. Let me know if you download any of these apps or Chrome extensions, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye!